Communes don't work because they lack the most important ingredient, money. Counter to popular belief, money is not evil. It is a simple tool. Think of how great a hammer can be and how bad a hammer can be. Money is the same. Luckily, for the first time ever, money has been easier to make in the form of fungible blockchain tokens. But doesn't the price of tokens wildly fluctuate? In this scenario and for these purposes, it does not have to be publicly traded. In other words, it doesn't have to have any USD value. It is up to the commune to pick their exchange rate so that their community can interact with the outside community. The reason this is so important is because the society can now grow without being dependent on their host nation. They have their own system of carrots and sticks rather than living off the land, but still having enough to pay taxes on that land. They can also trade for things they need until they get established and can provide those things on their own. The beauty of this is that your community can now be decentralized. You can have a real community that takes advantage of the host nation, like shipping, at least until your group can do it for themselves. Now your community only has one cost, tax to the host nation. No matter how big your commune gets, it will still need a way to get USD, but only enough to cover the taxes. You can be a billionaire in your own town, able to afford all the food and shelter you could ever want, but you still need USD for the taxes. This is where a business comes in that everyone can work at that provides enough USD to afford these taxes. A class of people who have their foot in both worlds could be seen as their army, defending their way of life by keeping the host nation paid off and also hiding the commune, depending on how big you get. Maybe you could get so big that you peacefully take over the country, secretly coming out of nowhere. The ones living in the commune, only using your money, can now live the happy life, free from the worries of the host nation, never having to interact with them again.